This is why we can't have nice things. But the nice thing you can have is the new Core Kid line that's only available for one more day, corekid.ca. Go pick it up. All right, now to serious shit. Now, last week, Linkin Park shocked the entire world by coming back. Linkin Park is back again after 7 years of the passing of the legendary vocalist Chester Bennington. Linkin Park has come back. They came back with a live stream, which was wild to watch. It was honestly the most exciting thing to see in the past 10 years, especially watching it with the tinfoil hat and seeing the timer go up and down and up and down, with also a huge announcement with a brand new track, a world tour, and a brand new album, but most importantly, a brand new vocalist within all of this, Emily Armstrong. Now, watching the live stream, as I mentioned in my previous video, I think she did a great job considering how, just the thought of hey, I have to go as a human being in front of millions of people and basically replace in front of their eyes their favorite vocalist and turn into the step parent. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. I'm surprised anyone could even do that. So again, I gave her mad respect for going up and doing such an intense job. And I think she also just vocally did a pretty good job. And then on the studio song, The Emptiness Machine, we did a full review of that. Again, I think her vocals were good. And I think the song was pretty good too. So overall, it's been a vibe. Now, only a few days later, of course, we can't have nice things. So there's already a bunch of past being dug up of Emily and accusations regarding ties to Danny Matheson, who was in the 70s show and got convicted of very, very, very bad things that we're not going to explicitly explain here on YouTube because we do family-friendly channel here, as well as her ties to Scientology, which is also tied in with the Danny Matheson stuff. Now, as soon as, or specifically Reddit, Twitter became aware of that, they were going in, they were pissed and going, yo, what is this? Explain yourself. We need a response. And having no response at all from Linkin Park besides just seeing new interviews, seeing a bunch of press promoting the album, and even in the interviews, you can tell they're completely avoiding trying to ask any questions regarding this, which is understandable. I don't think even Mike being there is the one that really wants to answer this stuff. It's not necessarily his to answer, even though I think it's also pretty naive to assume that Linkin Park has no idea this was a thing. I mean, it's 2024. If you have a new vocalist, you're basically doing an FBI background check on them, especially of a band of the caliber of Linkin Park. They definitely did 7 background checks to make sure. So I'm sure they are all aware of this, and they just go, okay, well, this has been resolved behind closed doors. There's no problem. And with whoever's running the socials, even deleting comments trying to bring down the controversy, but it's not stopping. It's absolutely reached a peak. It is insane. And it sucks because people then can't talk about Linkin Park, and the vocalist is just, hey, is the vocalist good? Do you like the sound of the vocalist? Now the entire rollout is being fully plagued and overshadowed by the controversy from the vocalist. Now, Emily actually did respond to these accusations on her Instagram story, where she said, "Hi, I'm Emily. I'm new to so many of you, and I want to clear the air about something that happened a while back. Several years ago, I was asked to support someone I considered a friend at a court appearance and went to one early hearing as an observer. Soon after, I realized I shouldn't have. I always try to see the good in people, and I misjudged him. I have never spoken with him since. Unimaginable details emerged, and he was later found guilty. To say it as clearly as possible, I do not condone abuse or violence against women, and I empathize with the victims of these crimes." And she made this statement soon after the Mars Volta vocalist Cedric actually did a whole story responding to Emily's original band, Dead Sarah. Now, you can Google the details of everything being said here, and again, the situation gets pretty dark and intense very quickly, and people are just pissed. So Emily coming back with this response, which honestly, I don't think she could have made a better response regarding this part of the situation. It's pretty direct. It's just, hey, that was a bad idea. Shouldn't have done it. Don't support the person. Now, even after that statement, it doesn't stop because people are still blasting her on the Scientology part because Emily didn't seem to address that at all. She only addressed the Danny Matheson portion of the controversy. Even Chester Bennington's own son seemed to be really upset with the whole situation, calling out Mike Shinoda and just, doing a whole statement on Instagram. Again, you can read it yourself, but it's pretty intense. And again, it makes this whole situation that much more just wild and crazy. People are definitely expecting either Linkin Park or Emily to say something. I think, especially this being such a huge band. I mean, everyone knows Linkin Park. It doesn't matter if you grew up in the 2000s. It doesn't matter if you're growing up now and on TikTok. Everyone knows this band, and becoming the vocalist in itself, you're basically the vocalist of the scene. Like that is the title granted upon anyone. And I'm sure Linkin Park is aware of that. I know Emily is probably aware of that too. The importance of that role, especially being the replacement of someone like Chester Bennington, someone who's so respected. People really want to make sure the person that's leading the charge of the scene is someone that they can rely on, trust, that they believe in. And again, in my opinion, seeing what she's done so far, I think she's a great fit. But also seeing all this controversy and seeing how intense it is, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough one. They have a whole rollout. Do I really think that they're going to address it? I don't know. Again, I'm pretty sure Linkin Park is very aware that this would have maybe happened, maybe not to this degree. Are they going to say anything? I'm not sure. Is Emily going to say anything? I don't really think so, because also with Scientology, you don't want to mess with that. You know, there has been cases where people have outed and said they've left Scientology, and they bad things happen. Very bad things happen. So I don't know if necessarily she wants to put herself in that position, even if it is true, or maybe she is still a part of that group. I'm not sure. And even myself, you know, I don't know the super depths of how crazy Scientology is. I know aliens, I know Tom Cruise, and I know, oh, that's bad stuff that happens. You know, there's a lot that if you Google, it's pretty messed up, just like with a lot of things in the world, of course. But the situation we're at now is we have the biggest band in the world, the new leader of that band, the new front person of that band, intense controversy, and fans are pissed and not understanding what's going to happen. They can either fully ignore it and just, you know, hey, pretend it goes away, it doesn't exist. But a band as big as Linkin Park, I don't think that happens, to be honest. Or they're going to try to address it. Again, I don't think particularly Linkin Park is going to address it. I think Emily is probably going to address it with 50 PR lawyers and all of that to make sure that the statement is said properly. I think the only thing you can really come out and say is, I don't support Scientology or don't condone it, for people to maybe be happy at this point, or I don't know. This is an almost impossible situation. And again, it's unfortunate that this is a controversy and a situation that takes away from just the legacy of the band currently, legacy of even Chester, and just the rollout of all this music. Even myself, being a person that was just sitting here so excited for new Linkin Park, to check out all the songs, to review the album, it's definitely an awkward situation. Because even myself, I'm getting comments in my videos of people going, yo, did you know Scientology? And me wearing the tinfoil hat, which was not on purpose. That was I'm tinfoil hatting, apparently. Accidental correlation there. Yeah, it's a tough situation, I think, for anybody. And I want to know your guys' thoughts. Like, what do you think should happen here? What do you think is going to happen? Do you care if there's the association for Emily to Scientology? Do you think Linkin Park should make a statement? Do you think Emily should make a statement? Are you still going to support the band? Are you going to check out the singles? Do you want me to check out the singles? Do you want me to check out the album? Like, it's one of those situations where it's like, Jesus, man, this is why we can't have fun things, man. And I totally understand. It's frustrating for everybody. I'm sure it's frustrating for Linkin Park. I'm sure it's frustrating for fans, because people want to just be excited, and there's now this, you know, cloud over everything of that has to be dealt with, I think, for a lot of fans to be able to just want to enjoy this the way that the art and the music and the presentation and this whole rollout deserves to be enjoyed, with the legacy of a band such as legendary as Linkin Park. So comment down below. What do you guys think should happen? What do you guys think is going to happen? I don't know. I love Linkin Park, and it kind of just sucks that always when cool shit happens, there's just big controversial stuff tied to it. And, you know, as fans of music, like, I don't know, just stop going outside, people. Like, everyone stay the inside, record the music, play the dun-dun-duns, and everyone's happy.